Welcome to Mystic Moons. Something to anticipate. This is a reading for the water sign collectives. So if you have a water sun, a water moon, a water rising, a water 8th house, a water 12th house, I include 12th house and 8th house energy as complements to the moon energy, things that are not exactly overt, but are still no less relevant, no less happening. We're just not aware of it yet. We'll get started in just a second. I almost feel like I have a little bit of allergies this morning. Almost. I'm actually someone who's allergic to pollen. I'm allergic to dust. I'm allergic to cats, even though I have them. I'm allergic to quite a number of things. Here, I'm going to pause this. Okay. Let me just make sure the sound is on. Sometimes I do this and there's no sound. Okay, there's sound. Hello. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are, Pisces. So welcome, welcome. So, yes, this is for the water sign collectives. Something to anticipate. Spring is just about to go. Well, welcome from, what's the phrase, the colloquial phrase, the other side of the pond. Of course, ponds, I think, are so nice, so tranquil, and oceans are an entirely different beast. Right? There's so much more to an ocean than a pond. Anyway, if you appreciate my time and energy, do let me know. Do give me a thumbs up. I won't be time stamping these readings, but I will be reading them in the order that is listed in the title. So we're first going to go by Pisces, and then we're going to go by Cancer, and then we're going to go by Scorpio. There are other readings in this series. If you're curious, if you feel called to, feel free. Just search for something to anticipate on the channel. I believe that's what we called it, right? Yes. I've been up for a couple hours where I am. It's bright and early in the morning. But I have to admit, I'm still not 100% there with my cognitive reasonings. Thank you for the likes. Hello, Sarah. But I still think it's fine. I actually like to do readings, but I'm not entirely all awake. I think that's an interesting time. Can't exactly remember as accurately what I just said, but I like that. The state between right after you just wake up. And although, as I said, I've been up for a couple hours, I've still been in sort of a sleepy time energy. Where I am right now, the day is just beginning to brighten. You know how you ever looked into an aquarium and they have the aquarium lights and they're such a deep blue. Then maybe there is that white noise from the water filters. You know, everything is almost like putting earmuffs over your eyes, earmuffs over your ears. Everything turns into more vibration. And what you see isn't exactly as relevant as what you feel, you know, with that aquarium light. And early in the morning, right as the sun is starting to break, the whole world is enveloped in that sort of, first it's like a rich blue, almost like a Prussian blue. And then it sort of brightens to a rich blue teal. The little birds start chirping. And then the day progressively gets brighter and brighter, and you start to go and see the browns of the fallen leaves outside where I am, and the tree branches. Yeah, it's a nice time, especially when you don't have to be anywhere. You don't have to go and head off to work right away. Anyway. Yes, well, that they call it the Steppenwolf hours too. Early in the morning, I am part of the water collective. I do have some strong water. And I am also, for my ruling planets, it would be Moon and Uranus. So, anyway, let's get into it. Let's go and see something to anticipate for Pisces. Pisces, I think I'm going to use 2 decks. And shuffling that one quite a bit. This one I don't really shuffle that much if it's older. I'll shuffle that harshly. Something to anticipate for Pisces. I have Page of Wands, Pisces, 9 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Choices are going to have to be made, Pisces. Something coming out into the foreground, forefront for you, Pisces. But also, too, one could say with this Page of Wands here, that which you couldn't necessarily directly address, Pisces, you could only address it so far, and then you had to pause, Pisces. There was a little bit of limbo here, Pisces. That's being released for you. You'll now be able to act. An avenue is opening up. We're just talking about movement here, Pisces. Movement for your plans based on the circumstances you're in. I'm going to say with these 7s. Chariot of 7s too. Pisces, this is definitely your plans. Something was paused here. But now we have an opening coming up. The breakthrough is coming. Movement can start again. Let's find out more. Thank you for the likes. Let's see. Shuffle that back in. So I have a Page of Wands. Page of Wands. I have a Seven of Swords. Pisces, I'm going to say if you have Aquarian placements, it's almost like your Aquarian placements, I don't want to say the word protects you, Pisces, but they're what gives you flexibility. Perhaps gives you luck. It's like Pisces in this energy. If you have Aquarian placements, I wonder where they are for you, Pisces, because this is almost like going really close to the edge and not falling off. But perhaps, Pisces, the things that bothered you, they don't have the same balance. To thread a tightrope and utilize it with the finesse that you do. Just going to throw that out there. If you do have Aquarian placements, something about your Aquarian placements allows you to go really close to the edge and thrive, succeed, come up for air, Pisces, when most would not. We could also, in this energy, Pisces, be talking about the plans that you have made come, what would that be? Like mid-January to mid-February. Could also be talking about those placements. Could we be saying to be wary of an Aquarius? I don't really feel that so much. I try not to get into that. So, there's enough things to be aware of, and people are crazy enough as it is without us actively tapping into that energy. But I am going to go and say that is a benefit for you, Pisces, if you have Aquarian placements. Something about your Aquarian placements is like a life jacket for you. You'll always bounce back. You'll always be able, with those placements, Pisces, to really walk fine lines of danger. Should I say that, Pisces? And yet be protected. Where your Aquarian placements are, that's what allows you to be involved in risk, to take risk and still come up successful. Consider that if you have that in your chart. And I have a Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck energy, I have Hermit. Well, Pisces, we are talking about secrets. That which you plan, Pisces, that direction which you go, can't really share it with outside parties. Pisces, your business is your own, Pisces. Best to keep it that way, Pisces. The things that you have going for you, Pisces, don't necessarily want those things to know where your future plans are, where you really hope to go for, Pisces. I think it's already known to Pisces. You know what you wish to do, where you hope to go. So we're being asked to keep your plans quiet. I'm actually going to shuffle those back while I have it here. Number is starting to be relevant here, Pisces. I'm just going to say nines. Nines and sevens. Keep an eye out for those numbers, Pisces. With 9s and 7s, of course, you can look up the classic numerology, whatever is on them. But in this reading, Pisces, that which you need to do, that which you must do, Pisces, you can only do it on your own. Not much help or assistance, Pisces, you're going to get by sharing that with others or reaching out to others. You can utilize others in this energy, Pisces, but what you need to do, how you need to do it for your success, Pisces, that's a very individualistic thing. Only you can manage, only you can handle, only you could share. Anyway, Pisces, yes, an opportunity is coming for you. I do recommend being as private as possible. Not exactly going to come in a conventional manner for you either, Pisces, in this energy. You're going to get a chance, Pisces, to start working again on that which you temporarily had to go and lay to rest. Those plans, Pisces, that you were blocked from taking action for whatever reason, Pisces. It's going to present another opportunity for you, Pisces. You know, with the 5 of Swords and 7 of Swords, Pisces, as I mentioned before, there is risk involved. But I wonder too, Pisces, is the risk involved here just basically not being transparent for you as you start to proceed, Pisces, as you start to take the opportunities that are in front of you, for you, Pisces, not to be transparent to others around you of what you're doing, what your plans are, maybe too, even in this energy, Pisces, when you see opportunities, allegiances. Do you appear, Pisces, like you're more on board than you actually are? This is energy, Pisces, asking you to be duplicit for your own safety, for your own advancement, in order to move outside of the stagnant the stagnant phase, Pisces, that you have been in towards real change, true change. All right, that's something to anticipate here, Pisces. Pisces, I'm not so much getting an avenue of life. This is more about your general life phases. Just like we have day phases, season phases, winter, spring, fall, Pisces. This is a life phase for you. And Pisces, this is asking you, definitely, I don't think I have to go and say consider your own self-interest. But definitely, Pisces, this is asking you to utilize your intelligence, utilize your privacy, and keep a very determined eye, Pisces, on what it is you want. That's your North Star, Pisces. That's where you're working for. Especially right now, Pisces, as I said, it's crucial. There's something about your energy here, Pisces. And maybe it's just the climate of the times, Pisces. As I said, but there's a gift that you have of literally walking the razor blade and being protected. That's a gift that you have. So therefore, Pisces, don't be afraid of going to depths, Pisces, or heights, Pisces, that others would fear to go. As long as, Pisces, you see an opportunity there you can make use of. Okay, Pisces, that's something to anticipate for you. Have faith, Pisces, in your own power in the circumstances you're in right now, and have faith, Pisces, in your own ability with the opportunities that present itself. As long as, Pisces, you see something that's going to progress you to where you want to go. No point in really saying signs here, Pisces. We do have strong Aquarius energy here, but this is really about your initiative to take action, the faith and belief in yourself to take action, and also, too, Pisces, to make use of those opportunities in the most intelligent way possible, and not for a second longer, Pisces, than it needs to be, than it's deserving of your attention. That's what I have for Pisces. All right. As I said, I'm not really going to read the other signs. I don't think that's relevant so much here, Pisces. All I know is that we are in Aries season. And Ace of Wands is Aries. We do have strong fire across the board. Timing, we definitely have timing dealing with the beginning of the year now. And I'd also say elements here, Pisces, last fall. You know, Pisces, there's been something, as I said, that was churning for you, and then that got paused. And that's going to pick up again. Oh, thank you. All right, let's go on to Cancer. Something to anticipate for Cancer. What do we have for Cancer? That would be a Cancer sun, a Cancer moon, Cancer rising, Cancer 8th house, Cancer 12th house. Something to anticipate for Cancer. I have an Ace of Wands, Cancer, 3 of Wands. I guess Aries is strong for water, isn't it? Huh. Cancer, do you have Aries energy? I feel like your Aries energy, Cancer, is one of the reasons, or maybe one of the reasons right now, could be one of the reasons overall, Cancer, why people treat you the way they do, why they react to you the way they do. Yeah, this is like, Cancer, something electrical. You buy something and they just react, regardless if it makes logical sense, emotional sense. It's physical, it's electrical. Something about the way you vibrate, Cancer, your own electrical signal, which we do have a unique signature, just like our temperatures are unique, our fingerprints are unique, our temperature is unique. Better believe it, our electrical frequencies are unique too. Anyway, Cancer, yeah, something about you just elicits very definite reactions from people. And I don't even think they realize, too, Cancer, that they're reacting to you on an electrical level. It's not even attraction in this energy, too, with Moon, Lovers, Two of Swords. It's just more like, Cancer, I don't want to say the word animalistic, and I don't want to say the word instinct, but maybe it is something very basic like that. Not necessarily, Cancer, a gift. It's too pervasive, too prevailing, Cancer, to be a gift. This is just fact. Anyway, Cancer, we start off something for you to anticipate with the idea that, you know, things are out of your control, Cancer, just simply because of who you are. When people meet you, do they have a very immediate reaction to you? Maybe some like you, some are drawn to you, some hate you. Maybe some mask that, Cancer, but they still are affected by it, Cancer, no less strongly than others. When they meet you, Pisces, it's immediate, regardless if they reveal it or not. Did I say Pisces? Cancer, excuse me. When they meet you, Cancer, it's immediate. How people categorize you, how people feel about you, what people expect you to do, what people expect or hope they could get from you. Cancer, all of this is very, bam, almost judgy. So Cancer, take a look if you have Aries placements. Even if you don't have Aries placements, I would still say there is an electrical reaction that you have, but definitely if you have those Aries placements, take a look at that. That's what sets people off, positively, negatively. It just puts in some, what do I call it, well, you know, as I said, ideas about you without even knowing you. Expectations without even, what's the word? Deserving to have an expectation, something like that. Anyway, Cancer, we'll go back to the main message, something to anticipate for you. First of all, know that people deal with you. There's no logic in how people deal with you. How about that, Cancer? There could be logic applied, but ultimately, Cancer, running underneath of them, they're on autopilot in some way, maybe in a very pertinent way. They're, you know, in the id layer of their consciousness. What else can I say here? Let's see before I move on. I guess, Cancer, I'm going to say something to anticipate for you. Take note of who will work for you, who will work for you, work with you. I think in this energy, Cancer, don't waste your time with those, Cancer, who play games, Cancer, those who perhaps you feel like you have to win over, Cancer. You know, the people who are on your side and the people who aren't, Cancer, you should be able to tell at an instant who they are. In an instant. Don't think, Cancer, with time or effort or whatever, things will improve. Cancer. In this energy, they're not your fan, Cancer. And I want to say literally fan. If they're not someone, Cancer, who you know honestly supports you, drop them. There's no time also, too, in this energy, Cancer, for you to prove your sincerity, prove your worth, prove your loyalty, prove your good qualities, mitigate or minimize your negative qualities. Cancer, it's not about that. Literally, Cancer, first energy here is make sure you deal with people, you give time to people, you seek out people, Cancer, who honestly are for you. In spite of your flaws, Cancer, regardless, Cancer, of your talents, just because you're you. Because as I said, this is very visceral energy. No logic, no emotional logic, no mental logic. And while some people hide it better than others, Cancer, how they feel about you, what they anticipate from you, Cancer, you can still tell who's on your side. Electric energy works both ways. All right, so it's the first message that we have here. I'm going to fold these back. Cancer, we have very strong Aries, as I said. You can definitely go and consider Aries energy as something to keep in mind right now. Let's see. I have Hermit, 7 of Cups, and the Fool. Beginnings, Cancer. It's all about beginnings. All about beginnings, Cancer. Big time endings coming up here, Cancer. Maybe big time endings have been happening all around, Cancer. That which you have built up so far, Cancer, I would almost say in this energy it already has been changing. If it hasn't already, which I think it has been already, Cancer. Some things that you have been changing, not changing, some things you have been working on, Cancer, you have been building. Some things that you had at an apex for you to build more things on top of it, Cancer. I think those things have changed quite significantly for you, and you've had to change how you change everything. Change your location, Cancer. Change your goals, Cancer. Not necessarily maybe let go of your end goals, Cancer, but how you planned to get there. What you plan to do to get there, where you plan to go, Cancer, to get there. I think those types of changes happened or are happening. Or do they? I don't really think this is, I said, something that will be happening. I think this has already started. When you could see, Cancer, that the foundation for what you want to have on top of it, what you have right now, is inadequate. You have to let go, rebuild somewhere else. Anyway, Cancer, it's all about new beginnings, this energy. You've seen how far things, so you've seen how far what current elements you had has taken you. Not exactly nice, Cancer, but the point of this energy is not to go and focus on what you already know, Cancer, what you've already built and given time and effort and chances to, Cancer. I'm going to say Aries and Scorpio energy is relevant here, Cancer. Having the courage, Cancer, to move forward. Having the courage, Cancer, to tear it all down. Having the courage, Cancer, to reinvent yourself. Without necessarily, Cancer, any ties of who you were previously, perhaps even who you are right now, Cancer, to influence the new you that is possible. Cancer, one would say with Hermit and 7 of Cups, Scorpio energy. I said that right, Scorpio and Aries energy is pretty strong here. You could also consider in this energy, Cancer, if you have Scorpio placements. Scorpio placements could feel, Cancer, where you have been the most let down in what you hope to achieve. The most dissatisfied, Cancer, in what you hope to achieve in or through those Scorpio placements. Take a look at your chart too and think about it. But I also have in this energy here, Cancer, that with everything you've seen, surely, Cancer, that has opened up your imagination to a greater host of possibilities of what you want, who you can be, what could be. This is definitely in this energy, Cancer, in this whole energy about reinvention of self. Depending upon how drastic you want to change yourself, Cancer, it's all about transformation. Literally, Cancer, you're like the air. You take any shape you want. Any shape, Cancer, except that which you've been before. That which you've, I almost want to say, Cancer, that which you've yearned for before. That which you strove for before. Cancer, that's before. Don't continue to bring it with you. Don't allow it to color and muddy the possibility, the potential you have right now of being born anew. Cancer, this isn't just Phoenix energy. This isn't rising from the ashes. Cancer, there is no ash to rise from. That ash, Cancer, has been blown out to the wind, gone. Cancer, it is so gone. It is so incapable now. The only thing that remains in its place, Cancer, is pure space, the fresh air, a clean table. Possibilities, Cancer, is what's on you right now. All right, that's something for you to anticipate, Cancer. You have some really big changes in front of you. Really big changes that you need to go and make, Cancer. Cancer, you need to go, as I said, there's nothing in front of you of the past. Drop it, blow it off, let it go. Nothing for you to go back into. You go back into it, Cancer. You muddy the tomorrow, the next week, the next year, the next 10 years that are in front of you now. The gift, Cancer, the beauty of life, Cancer, is waiting to sprout again in the winter you are just coming out of. Cancer, definitely make sure the people you give time to are people who love you for no discernible reason, Cancer. Not like, oh, I love Cancer because Cancer is responsible. I love Cancer because Cancer is nice. I love Cancer because Cancer is attractive. I love Cancer because Cancer is helpful. Forget, no. I mean, Cancer, you want to think about, why do people love a fish swimming in a tank? Why do people love a little hamster? Why do people love a plant, Cancer? Especially if it's not an edible plant, right? Like a tomato. Right? You're not giving out any fruit, Cancer. You're just there growing, Cancer. Why do they love the tree back in the horizon? Okay, Cancer. Why do they love the cloud up in the sky? People who love you because you are Cancer. And you're here, Cancer. Okay? That's the kind of people you need to make sure you keep around you. And that's the kind of people you need to seek out. And Cancer, not even starting today, starting a little while ago, Cancer, the you before has turned into ash. And it has, Cancer, blown away. Cancer, you have reinvention here. You have work to do, Cancer, to become the new you. And as I said, we're not talking about a phoenix born from ashes, Cancer. We're talking about a beautiful possibility of what could be. And all it's waiting for, Cancer, is for you to shape it into what will be. That's something to anticipate for you, Cancer. Beautiful possibility. Just set your direction and your intention upon it. These are collective readings. For the rules of the channel, I always ask for a donation for personal readings. And that's just something that's standard for the channel. You know, when I did briefly, a couple times I did personal readings for free. And then I had so many people join and leave, and it felt like being ghosted. And, you know, I just felt so bad if you've ever been ghosted. I was ghosted by one person. One person who I dealt with briefly. Maybe I met this person in a class. And we spoke so much online for about a week or two, maybe 3 weeks. But then I realized two things. One was I was never going to give anybody that much attention unless it was a job. Dealing with someone not face to face. And I also was going to make sure that people valued my time. So yeah, I don't do personal readings or free personal readings for that matter. A couple times I did it, it felt a whole lot like being ghosted. Not a nice feeling for me. If you would like a personal reading, I do give personal readings after I do the main reading. And you can also contact me by email, which is found on my channel page. So, let's go on to Scorpio. And also, too, you can consider becoming a member. You can consider becoming a moonwalker for $10. I will, for $10, open up member-only lives where you get complimentary readings. As there's not many people on the lives right now in the memberships, I just opened them up. I think I opened them up maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Could get a few questions answered, probably. Or they'll be by theme. Your own astrological note, your own something you should know. Things of that nature. Do consider, if you'd like to help support the channel, do become a member. I'm all about showing appreciation mutually. All right. As you probably guessed from the story I just shared. I think that's probably the first time I shared it since it happened. About why I don't give out free readings. You can also go on some of the other channels where people do give out free readings and they tell you to stay after they give out the readings. I dropped in on a few people a couple of months ago and I heard them say that. I thought, I know what that feels like. I hope everyone who does partake of those readings do stay on in appreciation for the energy that those people give out. Anyway, let's go on to Scorpio. Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising, Scorpio 8th house, Scorpio 12th house. Of course, 8th house is native energy for Scorpio. Maybe something we all can glean from it. Something to anticipate for Scorpio. Queen of Wands, Scorpio with the Queen of Pentacles. Knowing when to move, Scorpio, knowing when not to move. No higher value, Scorpio, than yourself. You have no reason right now, Scorpio, to acquiesce or humor, Scorpio, those who is not in your interest, or perhaps, Scorpio, interest. I was about to say whim too, but a Queen of Wands kind of covers that. I'll just say not in your interest to do so. Very strong, solid energy here, Scorpio. Not to be persuaded or moved about by others, Scorpio. You hold the power right now, Scorpio. How will you make use of it, Scorpio? You could, Scorpio, sit and enjoy what is beneficial to you, what you have gained so far. But Scorpio, you are in a stage of completion, a stage of success right now, Scorpio. You could build onto it. As I said, right now, you hold power. You don't have to move on anything that holds your interest. So my question to you, Scorpio, what is your interest right now? Perfect time, Scorpio, to explore that, to build upon that. A time to be conservative, Scorpio, has passed for you. Well, I would say Two of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Page of Swords, Scorpio. You definitely earned what you have built, what you have gained so far. No question. But also, too, in this energy, Scorpio, while you can continue to enjoy that which you have built so far, that which you have gained now, you could continue to enjoy it. You could also build upon it. Scorpio, you can grow on your terms, in the direction you set. There's more to be done, Scorpio, in accordance to your heart, in accordance to your interest. Let's see, Scorpio. I have the Empress. I have death. And I have justice. Of course, I do have some Scorpio energy coming out here. Scorpio, I do read my Knight of Cups as Scorpio, primarily. I have some soulmate energy not too far away. Of course, death is also Scorpio energy as well. Very strong feminine energy. Very strong creation. Also, too, in this energy, Scorpio, that which you built, the good that you gained, Scorpio, you get to keep and grow. You could, Scorpio, be happy with where you are, Scorpio. No notable movement, Scorpio. You can enjoy, Scorpio, a time to live, Scorpio. Enjoy life, Scorpio. You could. You could also grow it, but also too, Scorpio. You're in a power place right now. You are coming into a power place right now. That can't be changed. One could also say in this energy, Scorpio, you have entered or you are entering a place where no one can disturb you. Well, everyone should want to go and live on the island, the rock that Scorpio has, because, gee, that totally looks comfortable to me, Scorpio. Interesting. As I said, Scorpio, if there's anything that you have your interest on, your mind on, but you felt before you were not capable, there were inadequacies for you to pursue that or to do it right, Scorpio, now you can. You could. Perfect position to stay put where you are. Perfect position, Scorpio, to grow in some radical ways. You have an excellent foundation, Scorpio, and nothing can take that away from you. You can only build more upon what you have, Scorpio, in a good way. It's like, Scorpio, whatever you've gone through, I don't know what you've gone through, whatever you built, Scorpio, all of those tribulations and trials, Scorpio, has resulted in a very unshakable platform of success. So don't be afraid, Scorpio, that if you seek to change it, it can be dismantled. This is very enduring energy. I'd almost say, Scorpio, whatever you have slipped down to before, Scorpio, won't happen again. And it's not even like because you're aware, Scorpio. Just Scorpio, we could take it like temperature. 85 degrees, 75 degrees, 65 degrees, 55 degrees. Scorpio, if you experienced 75 degrees, you won't go below 80. You will not feel that cold again, Scorpio. Anyway, very interesting energy here. I do have some soulmate energy here, Scorpio. We could be talking about partnership with all this feminine energy. But it's interesting too in this energy, Scorpio. It's almost like accessories, this masculine energy. It's like, Scorpio, here is the castle, the land, everything all laid out. And all you need, Scorpio, is a pink flamingo on the lawn. And perhaps, Scorpio, someone to hold your hand. Someone to be by your side. Right? Maybe you need, things that you add to what you have carved out. Accessory could be too trite a word, Scorpio, too trivial a word. But I don't have the energy, Scorpio, of someone who's coming in to help build your success. Your success, Scorpio, your beauty, Scorpio, your success, there's no other word I can say, Scorpio, is something that you yourself created. You yourself maintained. You yourself are the reason. Unfortunately, Scorpio, and I say only unfortunately, just because one could say an emperor has a lot of possibility. Four of Wands, even coming from a vibration of four being foundation, stability, partnership, direction, leadership, all those sorts of things, Scorpio. I would also say four has an element of expansion, but it's like expansion at your benefit or for your benefit. Not really necessarily growing and collaborating as threes would be, as Empress energies would be. So I say it's almost a little sad, Scorpio, because there's a someone with so much power and potential to do more, Scorpio, is coming precisely because of what you built. This isn't in detriment, Scorpio, but as I said, it's sort of like accessory energy. Someone's coming because it's good. You're good. What you built is good. What you have going for you is good. An oasis like energy, Scorpio, where there is a spring, Scorpio, all life springs from Scorpio, all life gravitates towards Scorpio. And that's the energy I have for you too, Scorpio. As I said, the energy isn't a detriment. It's not like I'm saying there's a whole bunch of leeches that are coming to you, Scorpio. But no, I see good people. I see strong people coming to be a part of your community. Scorpio in this energy, it's almost like if you ever hoped, Scorpio, that someone else would work with you and aid you in difficulties that you've had. Scorpio, you found that ultimately every time that you were in a real situation, real problem, a real issue that you could have used help on, Scorpio, ultimately the only help that you got was yourself. The only meaningful assistance you got, Scorpio, was that which you created. You yourself have been the one, Scorpio, bailing you out of difficult situations. It would have been helpful if you had some meaningful help. I guess that's also to the energy that I have here. Anyway, Scorpio, something to anticipate for you. I get really, really strong energy here for you, Scorpio. Scorpio, the terms of life that's going to be surrounding you is going to be quite different. Scorpio, as I said, I don't know what you've gone through, but Scorpio, those situations have made you into a very strong person. And likewise, Scorpio, while you've done that, you've acquired a significant amount of blessings, I don't even want to say good karma. It goes beyond karma. You put in the hard work, Scorpio, and that hard work can't be taken away. The blessings gained from that hard work is really unique. And Scorpio, all I'm going to say in this energy, I see success. I see you coming into a really deep period of success, that whatever you start to acquire from here on out will only continue to to complement your portfolio, complement your wealth, complement your security, your stability. And therefore, Scorpio, people will be coming to you. Good people, Scorpio, will be coming to you. But I ask you, Scorpio, only because, as I said, I get such strong, independent energy from you. And this is something that you built by yourself, your own laurels, Scorpio. I ask that, Scorpio, as you start to accept more and more people into your life and into your routine, you start to share, Scorpio, more and more about what you have gained and built. I ask, Scorpio, that you never forget that the blessings you have are because of what you gained, what you went through, and what you did. Please don't forget that, Scorpio. And I don't know, Scorpio, what the other people have gone through prior to meeting with you, Scorpio, prior to being part of your life, Scorpio. But I feel like in this energy, Scorpio, I don't know, Scorpio. You know, you create a house, Scorpio, for people to live in. And when people live in it, Scorpio, you know, they live out their lives, right? You're just not saying live out like 25% of your life or 50% of your life or of the activities of living, right? You can do these 5 things. You can't do these other 5 things. But I guess, Scorpio, I don't want you to forget that as you have nice, strong, admirable people, Scorpio, around you, please don't forget, I feel like saying it's all because of you. Or what you have gained is precisely because of you. The strength, Scorpio, that you have right now, that's the reason, Scorpio, why others gravitate towards you. Don't forget that. Don't be lulled by it. And maybe now, Scorpio, that you have, or that you will have, Scorpio, competent people around you, living life with you. Maybe now, Scorpio, you can go on and with double the force, be super successful. But I guess I just want to say, Scorpio, just keep in mind, Scorpio, that the successes you'll gain, the people you'll gain, they came to you because you were successful. And you had to work, Scorpio, at being successful. Don't forget, Scorpio, the times when you needed help. And ultimately, Scorpio, you had to pull the weight yourself. Never undervalue, Scorpio, yourself. Never undervalue, Scorpio, your contributions. And also, too, I want to say in this energy, Scorpio, make sure the people around you pull their weight. Is that the right word, Scorpio? I think it's a little crash. But make sure, Scorpio, they contribute and double everything you've gained, everything you've built. Make sure, Scorpio, the successes keep on rolling in. And they're rolling in because other people are working just as hard alongside you as you have been. And whatever platform, Scorpio, you had before you met each partner that came into your life, make sure, Scorpio, that you look back and you can see wonderful gains as you do so. Because I get really strong strength from you, Scorpio, and you need to make sure you're with equally as strong people who who are dedicated to being better than they were yesterday and to having better for those they love, okay? That's my message for Scorpio. That's what I want Scorpio to keep in mind. Scorpio, with all this feminine energy that I have here, I just want to say, Scorpio, I really feel like you have so much to give. And you have given out a lot, Scorpio. Giving is a sacred act, Scorpio. And you're capable of giving so much. And regardless, Scorpio, of what has happened, what is yet to happen, I feel like the blessings keep coming, Scorpio, because you have the capacity and the interest to share. All right, those are my messages for everyone. Oops, that didn't go in there. Thank you, everyone, for the likes. If anyone has any personal questions, I recommend getting in touch with me through my email. I'll be leaving this up for a little bit of time, but will be off as I do other things. So yeah, email, it's on the main page of my channel. If anyone would like to become a moonwalker, do consider becoming a moonwalker for $10. As I said, there are complimentary readings. Be sure to let me know your sun sign and I'll release astrological notes more frequently for the collective in your honor. So not only did you get to help the channel, you also get to help the messaging that goes through. If anyone would like to send a little bit of love my way, tips are always appreciated. They very much are. And please do leave a like. Thank you. So there are rules on the channel. And you can check them out. Thank you.